I waited a couple of days to put this up because I wanted people to have a chance to see it, but it's been almost a week. It'll have been a week starting tomorrow, so I'm just going to go ahead and make the spoiler-filled review. When I say spoilers, I mean massive, massive spoilers, like things you do not want to know. If you have not already seen the film, you have been warned. Okay, so let's start. So the first scene of Hawkeye's family disappearing in the snap behind his back, you could hear like gasps from the audience. I thought, oh wow, they started this movie off on such a depressing note. Go from Infinity War as a depressing ending to Endgame as this depressing beginning. Was it's a smart move. But now and then, you cut to Tony Stark in the ship and making his message for Pepper. And out of nowhere comes Captain Marvel. Now, I had a problem with this. I personally felt that that was a bit of a Deus Ex Machina, and she was just a plot device to keep it moving along. If anything, you see Pepper in an Iron Man suit later in the movie in the final battle. First off, where did that come from? He probably made it for her, but we never saw her wear the Iron Man suit. So if they wanted to use that, they should have just set that up earlier. They should not have had Stark rescued that early in the movie. They should have, waited, had Pepper get the suit, then go up to rescue him after she gets the message. But we had to have Captain Marvel be the one to rescue him, which was a stupid idea. But yeah, personally, and then they go to get Thanos, and then Thor chops off his head. But whoa, that escalated quickly. And we're 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the movie. This is supposedly a 3-hour movie, right? This was a short movie? Oh, there's more. Oh, there's a time jump. Okay. Yeah. The time jump thing was kind of clever. I do think normally time travel in movies is lazy because it says we painted ourselves into a corner and we don't really know what to do with it. But I thought it was fine in this movie. Also, can you appreciate the fact that Ant-Man only came out of the quantum realm because a rat pressed the button? Thank goodness that rat did not die in the snap. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lot of contrived plot conveniences in this movie just to get things moving along. But overall, I thought it was a fun movie. It is a slow burn. It is a very slow burn, but it is so worth it. The last half hour of the movie alone is probably the best thing I'll see in cinema this year. At least until Star Wars 9 comes out, I hope. Star Wars 9 has to blow me away now, because I don't think anything will be as good as this. Crossing my fingers that Star Wars 9 will be just as good, if not better than this. Hashtag and JJ we trust. So, anyway, that'll come out when that comes out in December. But, anyway, so focusing back on Endgame, onto this. Yeah, I thought it was fun. This movie was basically just kind of a glorified clip show. It's like, oh, we're going to go back to 2012 in New York. I know it sounds like I'm talking a lot bad on the movie. I know I loved the movie, but there are problems, and I am acknowledging the problems. Story-wise, it was very much fan service. Not that I have a problem with fan service, but I felt like that got in the way of the story. So, but yeah, I thought it was fun. I did enjoy Captain America fighting himself. That was pretty cool. And then Ant-Man looking at him goes, "It's okay, Cap. As far as I'm concerned, that's America's butt." And then when he knocks himself out, "That is America's butt." Like, that was actually really funny. That was one of the best lines in the movie. I could not hear what Stan Lee's cameo was because everybody was cheering. Like, I know it's his last cameo, but we couldn't hear what he said in the cameo. I had to Google it. Apparently it's Make Love Not War. But I couldn't hear that because everybody was cheering at the top of the lungs this movie. Not that I have a problem with it. But by far the best part of the movie for me, personally, was Captain America finally getting to lift Thor's hammer. That was the best part of the movie for me. Like, I said, okay, I can die happy now, knowing that Cap has finally lifted Thor's hammer. Because they hinted at it in Age of Ultron, but he never did. But now he has. So, that was the best part. A lot of people had a problem with the girl power thing at the end of the movie with all of them fighting. I didn't. Personally, I get why people have a problem with it, because they did put it as like a separate entity of, hey, look, we're going to focus solely on this. I get why they did it, but it was such a well-directed scene that I'm willing to let it slide. I don't care about the gender of the character as long as they're a cool, entertaining character. And yeah, with the exception of Captain Marvel, I liked every character in that battle. So, yeah, and thank goodness that... I find it funny that after all of that talk of Captain Marvel coming out and them saying, she's the most powerful character in the MCU, she's going to be the one that kills Thanos. She's barely in the movie, and then when she does fight, Thanos, like, takes her out of commission in the first 5 minutes of the battle, and that's it. She really got her butt handed to her by Thanos, which I just find funny that they had to do that. So, good for them. I do think that narrative-wise, I mean, as much as I don't like Iron Man, it does make sense for him to be the one to take out Thanos, because he's the one that started the movie, technically. I mean, timeline-wise, it was Captain America, but for the audience, the first movie in the MCU was Iron Man, so it makes sense since he's the one that started it, he's the one to end it, to bookend the story. I do find it cool that when he had the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet, you know, I am inevitable. And then he goes, I am Iron Man. And he snaps it and he has the stones and everything. That was actually really cool. I did not cry when he died, though, because I've never liked Iron Man. But I do respect the fact that they killed off the character, and that's fine. Speaking of Captain Marvel, when she showed up to save Iron Man, everybody except me cheered. So I personally thought it was a lazy thing. I mean, I didn't boo because that's rude, but I was internally booing. So I kind of enjoyed the Captain Marvel movie, but then the first time I saw it, but then I went again to go see it right before this one, and I mean literally right before this one, like 4 hours before our showing. And then I just walked right into the Thursday night premiere after I, gave my ticket for that one. And upon second viewing, it didn't hold up for me as much. I did find her a little bit more annoying. So, yeah, maybe it was just because I was still a little bit irked. I was still having thoughts of how irked I was with that movie. Maybe that's why I didn't enjoy her as much in this one. But I didn't let that ruin the experience for me. I still enjoyed the movie. It's definitely a good way to end 10 years of these movies, 22 of these movies, not counting Spider-Man. So, I mean, Spider-Man's going to be Spider-Man. I think it's just going to be kind of like those one-shot comics that they do. Like, this was all a story arc, and then Spider-Man Far From Home is the epilogue. So that's good. And I'm excited to see what they do now that they have the X-Men. I'm hoping. So, yeah, I rather enjoyed it. It was a good start to the summer. And now I have to wait 2 weeks because Detective Pikachu is not coming out until the 10th. And earliest I'll be able to see that one is probably Tuesday, the 14th. So, and that's assuming I get my review done that day. So I saw Endgame Thursday night, but I'm just now doing this because I've been super busy. But, yeah, anyway. Those are my thoughts. What are your... I'm not done yet. Fat Thor. Fat Thor was awesome. I'm throwing it out there. That was... I know I'm forgetting a lot of it. It's a 3-hour movie. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. I'm just looking at the stuff that's at the top of my head, kind of rambling about what I thought was amusing to me. I actually thought the Fat Thor thing was kind of funny. Yeah, it was a great movie. Actually, it's been almost a perfect ending. If it hadn't been for some of the plot contrivances.